This is part two. So, if you have not watched the one right before this, the other unmasking video, please watch that one and then come back to this one. In the other video, we looked about how the Adam Walsh Act, SORNA, created a national mirror that reflects the truth of an offender's past, regardless of their social mask. However, the true machinery of this unmasking, the engine that ensures a politician's influence cannot bypass the law, and not just politicians, like anybody that thinks they are above the law, is the SMART office. The Office of Sex Offender Sentencing, Monitoring, Apprehending, Registering, and Tracking, and its international counterpart, the Angel Watch Center. When a person in power is convicted of a crime against a minor, they don't just enter a registry, they enter a multi-layered global surveillance net designed to strip away the internal cost of their secrecy and replace it with total administrative transparency. Located within the Department of Justice, the SMART office serves as the brain of the tracking system. For a high-profile politician, the SMART office ensures that their social status provides no fringe benefits or loopholes. Tier 3 mandates most politicians convicted of crimes involving minors, such as R.J. May, whose federal sentencing is scheduled for January 14th, 2026, are classified as Tier 3. This is the most stringent level. It requires in-person verification of their residence, employment, and vehicle information every 3 months for life. And the DNA lock. The SMART office oversees the mandatory collection of the DNA for federal offenders. This creates a biological signature that prevents the identity shifting, often used by wealthy or connected individuals to restart their lives under a new persona. Okay, all of that was already covered in the last video. Now, we move on to the Angel Watch and the Global Scarlet Letter. While SORNA tracks an offender within the United States, the International Megan's Law, IML, administered via the Angel Watch Center, AWC, tracks them across borders. For a politician, travel was once a way to escape scrutiny. Now it is a trigger for international alerts. The 21-day trigger. Under IML, any covered offender must provide 21 days notice before traveling internationally. This information is funneled through the U.S. Marshals Service National Sex Offender Targeting Center to the Angel Watch Center. The unique identifier, perhaps the most visceral unmasking tool, is the passport marker. Pursuant to 22 U.S.C. 212B C1, the State Department prints a literal statement inside the back cover of the offender's passport. It reads, "The bearer was convicted of a sex offense against a minor and is a covered sex offender pursuant to 22 U.S.C. 212B C1. For a former diplomat or legislator used to the red carpet, this marker acts as a permanent, non-negotiable scarlet letter. It ensures that custom officials in any destination country, from Canada to Thailand, see the offender's crimes before they even see their names. In a case study in 2026, the fall of the consultant. The case of R.J. May, a former South Carolina state representative and powerful political consultant, illustrates the modern speed of this unmasking. As of January 9th, 2026, May is currently awaiting his federal sentencing in just 5 days on January 14th. Despite this year of building a tough on crime political brand and running a successful consulting firm, the Smart Office's infrastructure ensures that the transition from lawmaker to Tier 3 registrant is absolute. Upon his release from federal prison, 1, NSOPW dominance, his name and photograph will be at the top of the National Sex Offender Public website, where his former constituents can view his exact location. 2, financial and digital tracking. His consulting firm's digital footprint will be scrutinized, as SORNA requires the registration of all internet identifiers, emails, handles, websites, etc. The final internal cost of this is total exposure. The internal cost for these individuals is the loss of the private self. In an earlier video, we was talking about how one person carries the burden of a relationship. In the eyes of the Smart Office, the burden of the offender's history is now carried by the system. The end of the persona. The politician can no longer rely on their ability to read the room or meet expectations to gain trust. The tracking system is expectation proof. And the loss of freedom of movement. Every time they cross a zip code or a border, they must self-identify. The internal cost is the permanent psychological weight of being watched by the state as a replacement for the admiration of the public. The Smart Office and the Angel Watch Center represent a society that has decided that power should not be a shield. By codifying the unmasking process into passports, DNA databases, and quarterly in-person check-ins, the law ensures that the internal cost of the crime is paid through a total public loss of the false mask. For the politician, the burden is no longer theirs alone to bear. It is now a matter of public record, tracked by a machine that never forgets. And as I said at the end of the other video, now we just need the judges. This is going to give them more than 30 days or a little bit of probation.